Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my review for the sequel to Transformers and in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. That's right folks, and spoiler alert coming, so be warned if you haven't seen the second Transformers movie, because this one is pretty fun. Now, in this one we have Shia LaBeouf coming back as Sam Witwicky, and Megan Fox is Michaela. Yeah, Michaela. So they're back, and Sam is now at a point, he is now getting ready for college. And he's, pretty much helped save the world from Megatron, because Megatron wanted to take over the world and turn, humanity's technology into Transformers so he can conquer it. The humans helped as well. And now the Transformers are with a small portion of the government who basically helped them, defeat Megatron in the last one. And, the government, the higher-ups government are still like, I don't know, we're questionable about these Transformers, these aliens, What if this attack happens again? Are we going to be prepared? What are we going to do? We can't even trust our own technology because, those things could transform into anything. So, basically, the squad now, or the cleanup crew, as I want to call them, because in the movie you have the military teaming up with Optimus Prime and the remaining Autobots, Bumblebee except because he's with Sam. They go and destroy what's left of Megatron's army, pretty much, because Megatron has fallen, and some of the survivors who basically are Starscream, who besides he went off to space, if you saw the after credit, well, not really after credit, more like a mid-credit scene. You see him leave, and then he comes. Obviously he comes back because he wants to plan his revenge and get Megatron back. Now there is one thing that can bring him back, and it was like this huge, big matrix cube thing that had the power to. I didn't explain this in my last review because I think it would just be too long. But it's a cube that has basically, it's like a computer, and it transforms living technology into Transformers, pretty much. So Sam has a piece of it stuck into his, jacket. So he's packing up, he finds it, he touches it, and then he starts getting these images from into his head. Like, basically, it downloads into his brain, and he becomes a living Transformer computer. I really like this movie a lot. This movie is a lot of fun. I don't like it as much as the first one, but like I said, this movie still has a lot of positives than the negatives. But this one has some negatives more than the first one, so I'll get to that in a minute. What I like about the good stuff about this movie, the Transformers, obviously, they're awesome. They even got some new characters in here. They got these two twins who a lot of people thought they were kind of like Jar Jar Binks characters, because the way that they looked and the way that they talked. And they were pretty cool. They were two ice cream trucks, so that was pretty funny. And they always fought with each other, and but they do kick ass when they need to, or just be dummies and be decoys for the Transformers to do their job. So, and like I said, the action is great because it's a lot better, because obviously the Decepticons decide they want to bring back Megatron. They do. He comes back and he brings back one of the ancient Transformers who's been there for decades, and apparently he was in Egypt, and they bring him back. He was the Fallen, that's what they call him. I don't know, go figure, whatever. Yeah, like I said, great stuff in this movie. I mean, a lot of humor in this. Let me get to the negatives, because there are a couple in here, and I still like this movie a lot. But let's start with the Shia LaBeouf stuff. He's a cool guy. He was good in the first one. I felt they kind of wasted him in this movie because he didn't really do too much in this movie. I mean, the whole college stuff with him was kind of weird. For 1 minute he's packing up to go to college, then he goes and checks into his dorm and all that stuff, and college is already starting up. Like did he miss the deadline or something? Because there are kids already studying, there are kids already partying, and college is very strange, because I know college, and normally people who go to college don't start partying, and well, obviously they do, but not on the right day where you're supposed to pack up and start doing your thing. I just feel like they kind of rushed that stuff. They could have just cut that out, but whatever. And I also felt that certain Transformers in here, the minus those two, besides those two twin robot things, they were cool for like 5 minutes, and then they kind of got annoying to me because they did remind me of Jar Jar Binks, and you know I don't mind Jar Jar Binks, but then there are moments where he's in Star Wars and he's annoying as hell because he doesn't shut up. So these two Transformers who are twins apparently, and they look like Jar Jar Binks, they don't shut up. They just do the same corny jokes that make no sense, but what can you do? I mean, can't go any better than that, right? Transformers 3. I'll get to that when I can. Oh my god. But like I said, there was a really cool fight scene that I really liked. It's basically, I call it like a wrestling handicap match because you had Megatron and Starscream and I think another Transformer, another Decepticon, I can't remember who it was, teaming up against Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime beat the heck out of these guys. And of course, like in WWE, you know, there's a sneak attack or whatever, and the superstar loses, right? So the same thing here happens here. Optimus Prime gets a sneak attack and he loses, and he supposedly dies. So they have to basically get the Matrix to bring him back, and that's where our journey does. They do that, he comes back more badass than ever, and he defeats Megatron. In and out, done. There you go. So, like I said, what are the other bad things about this movie? Well, like I said, the whole college stuff, I mean, it was funny, certain things were funny, yeah, I get it. But, you know, they couldn't just leave that alone, just focus on Sam has help solving this problem with, you know, he's got all this information about the, you know, the Decepticons and Cybertron all in his brain, and he needs to, you know, get advice or try to figure out how to get it out of him. So, you know, from Optimus, you know, they could have done that better, but whatever. And also, I feel like they should have, the whole Michaela stuff, yeah, she was cool, hot as hell, obviously. And, you know, they could have used more of her. I felt like she was just there just to be more pretty. That's it. Other than that, this movie's pretty awesome, like I said, because the action was a lot more better. The direction it was going seemed to be cool. But like I said, I'll get to that one, Transformers 3, because there's a lot to talk about that one. And I just thought it was fun. Because it was a Transformers movie, and it was a sequel, and we got to see a whole bunch of new Transformers we never saw. Certain Transformers that died, yeah, we get it, yeah, sure, I know that. You know, I've got to move forward, but still, they brought some new people, they were cool. Bumblebee was more funny than he usually is, and Shia LaBeouf was cool in the movie, for what he, you know, minus the whole college stuff. If we cut that out, this movie's pretty cool, because he does some stuff to basically try to save Optimus' life, and he almost basically dies himself. And yeah, pretty much the military helps Optimus and the team basically bring back Optimus back to life. So I'm gonna give this movie an 80% out of 100. I like this movie. Like I said, minus certain things in this movie I don't like. They can just cut out, but I probably just usually skipped it. But like I said, it still holds up. The visuals in this movie is awesome. And I think this movie came out in 2010, I believe. So yeah, back in those days, yeah. So, I mean, obviously technology has advanced very, very well. So, there you go. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And stay tuned for this next one. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And obviously number 4. And hopefully, when I see number 5 tomorrow, hopefully it's good. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And are you looking forward to the new Transformers movie? And what's your favorite? Leave a comment below. Thank you and have a good night.